Hey, and welcome to another YouTube video. And yes, this is the second part of our series. Now, last video, if you haven't watched it yet, it was all about setting it up, putting everything in our Procreate program, seeing how the colors will look on the bottles before we paint it. But today we're gonna work on spray painting these colors on the bottles itself, see how they come out. Now, for most artists that know this, glass is a very hard surface to paint on. Sometimes it doesn't really work out, but I have faith. We got colors, we know what colors we're gonna choose. So yes, we need to get some supplies and some paint. Let's go ahead and just get ready so we can get prepared to do our spray painting. So let's go to Home Depot. Fun fact, in 1949, did you know Edward H. Seymour put paint inside of a spray can technology that was already existing from the suggestion of his wife Bonnie? If it wasn't for Bonnie, we wouldn't have spray paint. So, thank you, Bonnie. So yeah, like I stated before and earlier, the glass is turning out to be an issue. The paint is not holding. Yeah, I knew that was going to be something of an issue. Now, if you guys have any suggestions before if you guys have any suggestions, leave a comment down below and on what steps I should take to really make sure this paint is not peeling. Yeah, no, I would have to definitely put a sealant on there, like a very strong varnish or clear coat to really sealing the paint. Now, yes, like I stated before, I knew this I knew that this could be a issue with glass, and that's why not many people paint on glass unless it's with like epoxy mix and all that, but we got this. So we found a solution to our paint scratching problem, and it worked.
I was able to find a varnish from Newton in Windsor, and it seemed to have worked. Now, as a matte finish, we definitely needed a matte finish so we can put our illustrations later. But for right now, what we're gonna do is peel off the tape off these bottles, see how they look at this stage. All right. Oh, and here's a quick look at the can I used. So yes, you can easily find these at Michael's. I mean, they're not that cheap, but I guess you get what you pay for. So we're finished. We were able to go ahead and take off the tape. Just the base paint of the bottles so far without illustration looks amazing. Now I'm excited for the next steps coming up in our series. Now unfortunately, how we spoke about earlier in the videos, we did come up with some issues. The white bottle was the victim of this paint chipping issue. We did place our varnish on there, but unfortunately it did not work well with the white. I may have to go back to the drawing board and refinish that bottle off camera. But going on further, we're on the right track. Everything seems to be in place. It was expected that there were going to be some issues painting on glass bottles, but we didn't let that stop us. I just want to go and touch up a little bit of things here on what we did with the bottles. Now, we left the cross. We left the cross there. A big factor for this bottle is what gives it its character and gives it its identity, as we spoke about earlier in the video, in the past video. Now also we left the bottom part, and look at this. This is great. I love how the bottom looks. We give it gives us that magnified glass on the bottom, gives it that extra touch. I mean, it's just so juicy. So the next thing as well I wanted to touch on is the fading. Like, some of these bottles have the white fading, the black fading, and I wanted to give it that, you know, that feel of transcending. You know, it gives that bottle the painting of these bottles to give it some extra, you know, extra punch. And I think it turned out really, really well. It turned out great for what I was expecting. Obviously, on top of the bottle, we have a little bit of overspray. We can give it that, once again, a texture look to it, give it more character, and it turned out pretty well. Now, I didn't do that with all the bottles, obviously, but it definitely came out really well with the ones I did do it with. Now, and lastly, seems like I will have to go back to the drawing board again when it comes to the rim of the bottles. Now, the bottles that are painted completely are just fine. Now, I did place tape. If you guys were paying attention, I did place tape right before I hit the rim of the bottle. And I painted it over. Now, for me, it doesn't look great. In my opinion, I think it should have just been painted completely. But that's part of the process. This is part about being a creator. You go through things, you test things, and then you make it better than what it was. So yes, so that's some adjustments I'm gonna do. Obviously, the chipping of the white bottle, such a bummer, but it was expected. and we're gonna get to that and get that fixed and ready for the next video so we can get on our illustration. So I'm excited. So thank you for watching. Hit that thumbs like button, we greatly appreciate it. Also hit subscribe and hit the bell notification as well, so you know exactly when I drop my next video. And I will try to drop a video every Friday or Saturday, so stay tuned. Thanks again. I'm Rogonza. Peace.